Hello everybody and welcome back to a new episode of The Man Cave, and today's episode is going to be just a little bit different than the norm. This episode is going to be mainly dedicated to helping other people out in this mod LSPDFR to try to get their game to work. So I've had just a couple of comments, asking, how did I get my rage hook to work, and been spending some time in the forums just trying to help some people out, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to get these things to work. And you can take my advice, or you can kind of go off on your own. Sometimes it does help to get take maybe my advice and then take a little bit from somebody else, because not everybody's operating system is exactly the same as everybody else's, and there's a lot of other factors that go into these things to make them work. So I'm going to tell you exactly how I got mine to work, and mine actually was more by luck, to be honest with you. I was out of town. I was out of the state when the new update happened for the GTA 5. So I had the luxury of coming back to just everything already updated as far as GTA 5 was concerned. So I had read about the new things that went on through that alone. And so what I did, the very first thing that I did was I went to just my GTA 5 executable file and let Steam, and because I have it through Steam, I let it go ahead and just update itself, and it just kind of does an auto update. Some people have a way of getting around that by copying their game files, going into other places, and I'm not all about that, to be honest. It's just too much of a hassle. So I went ahead and went through Steam and let it update the game, and played around a little bit. Just wanted things to be functional. That's the biggest thing. You want things to be just working right. Gunfire, switching guns, switching characters, things like that. So I wanted to make sure the game was not crashing, and I've been pretty lucky so far to have the actual game itself without any mods and all these other things. Nothing crazy, just play, no problems. And I've got a fairly high-end computer, so if you want, I can put my system specs in there in the links below if you want. They're nothing extremely crazy, but it's a little bit
Citizens report
high-end.
a suspicious person near Hawick. Approach with caution.
Occasionally, first of all, I have to apologize. You're going to get some call-outs here. I didn't want to install all of my mods and things like that just for this educational video. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Sorry. So once I got into the GTA 5, I got out, and I immediately knew what I needed to do is start my updates at that point. And so what I did is I noticed that one of the main components that the Rage Hook needed was the Microsoft.NET Frameworks 4.6. So this is my advice. Go ahead and go to Google, type in Microsoft.NET Frameworks 4.6 download, and you're going to go to probably an official Microsoft site. That way you don't have to worry about anything charging. They don't charge you for that stuff. You give them enough money already. So anyway, download that, install it, and then go ahead and just reboot your PC. Okay, and everything I'm going to tell you is going to take a little bit of time if you want these things to work. So once you get that rebooted, what you want to do then is go ahead and go to LSPDFR.com, and you're going to want to get the mod LSPDFR, and notice to the right hand side of the main screen there, you're going to see it says something like newly updated. And if you pay close attention to the change logs, you're going to see that there's a couple of 0.2b versions out there. You want to get the latest one. There's a couple of them out there, and the reason why is because they've had, some of them have had to update their GTA 5. I'm sorry, the LSPDFR to match the GTA 5 updates. There's no magic, one for this. However, the people at Rage Hook are doing an awesome job by trying to keep that, functional, and also, backdating the game a little bit, to make things work whenever these things take place. So, really a lot of props to them for getting these things to work, because they know it's a big hassle for everybody. So, once again, download the LSPDFR 0.2b, and then once you get that downloaded, go ahead and just install it straight into your your GTA 5 directory, and you're going to override everything, and it's going to be newer. So just replace everything, the folders, the plugins, LSPDFR, everything. Then what you're going to want to do is download the newest script hook 5, and you can get that off a lot of different websites, but my favorite one is usually it's the ones that tell you exactly on the front page as to when it was updated. If I'm not mistaken, it was updated either the 14th or the 16th of September. I think it was the 16th. That way you have the newest and greatest native trainer. And of course, by pressing F4, you're going to get that. So you're going to need to have that updated for anything else to work. So once again, you're not starting the game. You're just getting these things all your ducks in a row here. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and go to Google and type in Rage Hook plugin, and then you're going to download the newest version, which if you look in my bottom right hand corner, it is version 0.25.747.5152. It doesn't matter, you're just going to see the latest one. It's going to be at the top. Who knows, by the time you see this video, it may be 0.30 or something like that. But for this date, look at the date of this video you're looking at, and make sure that you're getting the newest Rage Hook, which right now just happens to be 0.25. So get that installed. Now the cool thing about the new Rage Hook is that the coding involved, they will do an automatic search of your computer to make sure that you have everything checked off, make sure that you have the .NET Frameworks 4.6. They'll also check some of your plugin folders. It's gonna probably ding a couple, turn yellow on a couple of these ones, and the only way I can describe it is that the Rage Hook just for some reason can't see it, or it thinks it may be not necessarily malicious, but it just doesn't recognize it as well. Like for example, I can't get it works fine in the game if you see my other videos, but vehicle search for some reason, and it'll probably be updated I'm sure soon, but vehicle search, the Rage Hook doesn't like it too much, so it likes me to say that it's okay. So I have to, when it starts the game, I have to physically push in the little check mark to tell it it's okay, things like that. So once you have installed the Rage Hook, what you're going to do is overwrite the LSPDFR Rage Hook, because they're going to try to give you an older version. Sam and them over there at LSPDFR, they're doing their best. They try to help people out the best they can by, giving them the Rage Hook, putting it in their file to download. You're going to go off on your own and download the newest Rage Hook. And once again, it's 0.25. And you're going to overwrite the one that's in that folder. So when it asks you, do you want to override it? You're going to say yes. Okay? And then what you're going to do is it'll probably end up on your desktop. You want to go ahead and right click on that icon. Make sure you go to properties and that it's already checked off as run as administrator. That's another big one. If it's not set to that, then you could do a simple way. Just right click and just go to run as administrator. And then you will actually be able to go ahead and fire up the game that way. And once again, it's going to start, you're going to see a lot of fantastic new updates for the Rage Hook. Is pretty cool. But for the people that just get an instant crash, you haven't been able to see that. So this is another point of advice.
We have a traffic alert in downtown Vinewood for possession of drugs for sale.
Okay. All right, so I keep talking, sorry. So my advice to you is, more than likely you probably got a little bit overzealous, started installing everything, before everything else was really truly updated. So if nothing is working for you, the best thing I've noticed that I've been able to do is go ahead and just I hate to tell you this, but I'm just telling you,
Citizens
being
report
honest.
a suspicious person near downtown Vinewood. Suspect is possibly under the influence of narcotics. Approach with caution.
All right, hush up 911. I'm on a roll here. All right, so what you may have to do is uninstall GTA 5. I hate to say that because, most of us, it's even with high-end computers, it's a 30-minute, download and install and everything, or more sometimes, depending on how fast your computer is. So what you may have to do is just uninstall it, start fresh, make sure you have the .NET frameworks 4.6 installed. It'll probably ask you to repair it. Go ahead and just repair it. Reboot if you have to, and just do everything right. Reboot, and then the next thing you're going to do is download LSPDFR 0.2b, throw it in the game directory, then download the script hook 5 trainer. It's going to be a native trainer, but make sure it's script hook 5. That's the one that I've seen seems to be working the best, and I think RageHook pretty much requires it, because if you have an old one, it will automatically fail, but usually it'll tell you why it fails. It'll say you don't have the newest RageHook or something like that. So download that, and then you're going to go to the RageHook download, go to Google 0.25 RageHook plugin, throw that in the folder. It's going to override everything. Once that's overwritten, you should have a nice, clean, fresh install with no plugins, no nothing. And then my advice is to go to the known updated plugins, like for example, Albo 1125. I do believe that's his full name. He does a great job of keeping everything completely up to date. That guy there works tirelessly, man. He updates his mods, I would say, almost 3 times a week. I kid you not. I mean, he's probably one of the better modders that we have on there. And I remember when he first started, it was just a few months ago, and I've even donated to him. And my name on the forum is Officer Philip 69. So if he sees this video, he'll know who I am, as I've communicated with him. And like I said, I've donated to him through PayPal, stuff like that. It's nothing you have to do. It's just something I like to do, is to support the modders out there, because they do work a lot of hours on these, like Fink One, and there's a lot of other ones that do Call Out 5. There's tons of them out there, Vehicle Search and Breathalyzers and a bunch of other ones. The modders that work on the vehicles, like I said, support them. The more you support them, the more work they're going to do. They love helping people out.
We have a 502 DUI near Mirror Park.
So whatever I had just mentioned, I'm hoping that helps you out. And if it doesn't clear it out, like I said, go to the forums. There's people like me on there. You may see me on there. I try to help people out as much as I can, just to give back. I believe everything in this world is, in order to have success in life, you got to give back something. And if that's just a little bit of knowledge, then that's great. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a call, and we'll end this video properly.
We have a traffic alert in East Vinewood for possible terrorist activity.
How about that for a call out? little closer here and we'll call in some SWAT. Get off my screen. It's annoying. I see you over there. I see you over there. I can't cut through here though. Come on, man.
Dispatch to all SWAT units. Assistance needed in Vinewood Hills.
Dispatch. Ocean 1 responding. This is Ocean 1. We can get that.
Come on, partner.
Belcher.
No, what?
Come on, how'd you get back up?
Code 4, Adam. No additional support needed.
Alright, how about that for a call out at the end of the night? Anyway, if you like this kind of stuff, you know, click subscribe. You know, if I helped you out, you know, help a brother out. You know, subscribe if you like. You don't have to, but you know, leave a like, comment. Yeah, it kind of helps push the video a little bit forward. Just trying to give something back. Hope everybody got a little something out of tonight's video. And look at them all down there. It's like they're blocking it off, but they're not. They're just gathering. Anyway, everybody else, hope everybody else is having a great night, and hopefully you get into this game so you can enjoy some of this awesomeness. LSPDFR, run his ass over. There you go. Alright guys, peace out.